You know, another personal truth that I've definitely been realizing more and more, especially today, is that, fulfillment for me essentially means that this is more than enough. And I don't need to overindulge in this thing to feel genuinely satisfied. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that with that being said, that fulfillment that I can obtain comes through the process of creation and essentially the long-term game of something, whether it be creating a video or cooking an actual meal or exercising in some way, shape, or form. I enjoy those things genuinely because it feels like it's more than enough and it feels like it's right, and I know it is. It's right for me. It's in alignment, as opposed to just having instantaneous gratification through things that I've normalized in my own life, from being on TikTok for, maybe an hour or two, you know, eating sugary foods, drinking sugary drinks and things of that nature. Those things always provide that burst of like, oh, this is great, but then I continuously go back to it because I'm like, okay, I want more of it, so let me go get some more. So it's definitely led to addictions that I didn't really realize until recently in my life. Like, truth be told, I've had a sweet tooth for as long as I can remember, but I didn't really realize just how serious this addiction to sugar got until like recently in my life, when I just noticed how like dependent I became upon it just to essentially get through a day. You know what I mean? I would look to get sugar in some way, shape, or form every single day, no matter where I was. So if I was at any of my old jobs, I'm drinking a sweet beverage to get to the shift. And if I'm at home, I'm gonna hit up the grocery store and make sure I have some type of sugary snack on me or in my room somewhere. That way I can get through the day and I can, feel like I'm doing something. But then it's just continuous because I wanted it more and more and more. And when I became aware of just how bad it got, I was like, okay, I need to start making changes in order to, feel better and to evolve. And I could literally feel myself going through withdrawals. Like, I still feel it to this day, you know what I mean? From sugar to being on my phone and things like that, like even with TikTok, you know what I mean? And it's gotten to a point now where I definitely don't feel the need to indulge in those things as much as I used to, but it's just the realization of just how serious it takes on the mental aspect of my everyday life, because it got to a point where I felt like I could not function without indulging in those things, you know what I mean? And it just was, like, it was so frustrating. And just waking up to this new truth of I really do enjoy the process of things. I enjoy, building something. I enjoy creativity. And I don't always have the most innate desire to instantaneously have something, because if everything's just at the click of a button, then what does anything really mean at that point? If I can just have anything at the snap of a finger, or I can look it up, or I can go buy it at a store or a restaurant, it's like, where's the value in that for me is where my head's been at. So it's definitely been a journey to, getting better, and it's just going to be continuous. But I'm noticing just how much it can take away if one overindulges into that instantaneous pleasure that can be normalized just over time. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that I don't still like eat candy and I don't still have TikTok. It's still on my phone. You know what I mean? But I do my absolute best not to even be on there at this point. And then in terms of sugar, I try my best to not, go get the Skittles, but rather let's go buy an apple, let's go buy a peach, you know what I mean, to get something more genuine. And then if I can't get those things, maybe let's make some sweet rice. Let's cook up some rice and then just add the sugar in there, you know what I mean? We'll make up some oatmeal and we'll add the sugar in there. So it's just realizing that it's the instantaneous part that's not the vibe, but rather let's go with the process and create it. You know what I mean? Because I just was going through that currently. Like, I was sitting in my room and I was like, you know, I really have like a craving for like some sugar right now, but I know that I shouldn't buy Skittles because that's not going to give me what I'm actually looking for. So instead, I went and bought sugar, like white sugar, and I got rice in my cupboard, and I made a cup of rice, and I genuinely feel full. I feel fulfilled, and it was sweet, it was delicious, and I was able to enjoy that. You know what I mean? So it's definitely realizing, like, you know, don't take the instantaneous route is where my head is at right now. You can still enjoy life, be relaxed, and get comfortable, but do not go for the instantaneous route. Don't take the instantaneous route. Take the long route. Take the long way around. Don't look for a shortcut, but go with the process. For sure, for sure. Peace and love to you people. I am Josiah, and I'll be back next time.
MK. I can't deal with none of these females, they all stress me out. I talk to God like every day because the blessings count. She testing me, I'm not a teacher, I just let her down. Why do the most when I'm leaving, she gon' question how. Cruising with my brother in the AM. We took a loss, she's stronger, saying amen. Know that I'ma make it, I always be praying. Touch my brother, we gon'